Hey everyone, it's Sarah. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, then hi, my name is Sarah. I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes on August 7th, 2014, and here on my channel I like to share the highs, the lows, and everything in between when it comes to my life with type 1 diabetes. Today's video I'm super excited for because I thought that I would just do a sit-down, chit-chat, Q&A kind of video with you guys because I've been getting so many questions regarding how I live with type 1 diabetes, my diet with type 1 diabetes, so I thought I would answer my most asked questions, and we'll just get right into the Q&A. Can people with diabetes still have a family, career, and live a full life? Absolutely. When you have type 1 diabetes, you have to plan so much more for events that may happen. Any like medical supplies or low snacks or anything like that, I have to make sure I have with me at all times, just in case, you know, an emergency happens and my CGM gets ripped out of my arm or something like that. So I always just have to make sure I plan a little bit more than a regular person, but that doesn't stop me from pursuing my dreams and living my best life. What should I eat if I have type 1 diabetes? This is such a great question, and my answer to that is anything that's edible as long as you're not allergic to it. And I think that it's up to how it makes you feel, but some people really thrive on low carb diets and some people really thrive on higher carb diets, or in the middle like me. Some days I am low carb, some days I have pasta. It's just the way that it is. So as long as your glucose is in range and you're eating a healthy and nutrient dense diet, then do what is best for you and your diabetes management. I always feel nervous about telling people I have diabetes, especially when going on a first date. Do you have any tips? I totally understand feeling really insecure or nervous about showing your potential romantic partners your medical devices or talking about your type 1 diabetes on a first date. My first thing is, if your date is negative in any type of way about your type 1 diabetes on the first date, then really maybe you shouldn't be with that person, right? My second thing is, it's really important to understand that this person is probably just as nervous, if not more nervous, than you are when you start talking to them about your type 1 diabetes, right? I personally think that it's important to discuss it on the first date, and you don't have to go full in depth about all the nitty-gritty aspects about type 1 diabetes, right? You can just be like, yeah, I have type 1, this is what this is how I deal with it, and do you have any questions kind of thing. How do you navigate intimacy with type 1 diabetes? So another relationship type of question. It's a really good question. Intimacy with a partner is just the same as if you didn't have type 1 diabetes. There's just going to be a couple more things that you're going to have to prepare for. I think it's really important when you're getting intimate with your partner for the very first time, and for all the other times, but for the very first time at least, to discuss like what happens if you go low, what happens if, you know, one of your pump sites or your CGM sites get ripped out, and always make sure you've got low snacks next to you at any point, because, you know, you could go low in the middle of being intimate and your CGMs could get ripped out, and trust me, it is never fun when a CGM or a pump site gets ripped out in the middle of being intimate with a partner. So always just discuss those types of things. I don't have a great support system. Do you have any tips on finding a good support system or group? First thing I want to say is I'm really sorry that you feel like you don't have a good support system, and I just want to give you a little internet hug and let you know that you always have me to talk to. You can always message me on Instagram, and you always have the diabetes community. My advice to you is to, one, try and make some friends online if you don't have anybody in your life who you feel like could support you. Number two, maybe see if there's any groups or events that are online or in person that you go to. Connected Emotion is a really great resource. I would strongly check them out. I'll have the links in the description box down below for you guys to check them out. They have really great slipstream events that are all for type 1 diabetics and things like that. If you trust your family, then I would sit down and have a really honest conversation with them and let them know how you're feeling, because they may not know, and then also just let them know what good support would look like for you. Should I consider using technology like an insulin pump or continuous glucose monitoring system? I would say that this is a really unique decision for every single diabetic out there, and I would honestly say to discuss and explore all of your options with your medical team. Personally, I have used a pump, and I honestly just like multiple daily injections a lot more instead of using a pump. But on the flip side, I love using a CGM. The CGM I am using is my Dexcom G6 right here on my arm, and It has honestly been a game changer in my diabetes management. I've been able to lower my A1C. I've been able to, stop stubborn highs and stubborn lows before they really have affected me. I would honestly check out any diabetes technology out there and see what works best for you. What do you love most about your Dexcom G6? I have been waiting for this question to come up. I spent a few years using the old finger prick method, which works perfectly fine, but I met some people who had a Dexcom G6 and they were like, hey, you should try this out, see if you like it. And I honestly have not looked back since trying it. It has honestly allowed me to have the best control of my type 1 diabetes that I've ever had. The share feature in the Dexcom Follow app have honestly been a game changer in the support that I have felt from my family. I could sit here for hours and discuss how much I love the Dexcom G6, but overall I would have to say that it has honestly just allowed me to love myself and love my type 1 diabetes, and that's the greatest feeling that I could honestly ever ask for in this entire world. You are so positive about your body and not hiding your diabetes. Do you have any advice on how to be confident? Honestly, confidence is such a personal journey, and I'm not gonna lie, it is hard. It is the hardest journey that I've ever been on. Really around my 24th birthday is when I really discovered that I am more than my body. I am my heart, I am my soul, I am my mind, I am who I am. I am not who I am because of the way that I look. With my body, I'm able to do so many different things, and having type 1 diabetes is not a hindrance to me at all anymore, and I love showing people my medical devices. I love showing people that this is who I am. Being confident is not a size. It's a feeling within yourself. It's something that you have to feel within yourself. It's not a destination, it's a journey, okay? Like Miley Cyrus said, it is the climb. My advice is to listen to your heart and your intuition and stop looking for validation from other people and from other places. Look for love and confidence and validation from within. Huge shout out to Dexcom Canada for sponsoring this video. I love the Dexcom G6, like I've said so many times before. So if you guys want to go and check them out, I'll have the links in the description box down below. And make sure to subscribe, make sure to like. Maybe you want to answer some of the questions. So leave all of your comments in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!